Let's talk today about a very delicious Kashmiri snack, Chut. It's such a simple thing, yet many times newcomers get into problems with it. It has only a few ingredients. One is the rice flour or tumlu oat, and then you put spices like chili powder, salt, and you put cumin seeds, and that's it. And then you put it on a tawa and fry it for a short while till it becomes crisp. But you may wonder why it's such a problematic recipe or cooking for many newcomers. It's because there are no problems with as far as the spices, the amount of spices are concerned. The only problems are there in the process part of it. That is, in the part of cooking, this snack is concerned. And also, of course, the amount of water which has to be put along with the tumlu oat. The problem is, and basic problem is, tumlu oat or rice flour is a very, very, very terrible medium. It is very poor conductor of heat. And also it settles down after you mix it with water quite quickly. As I call it, shongun. That is when you mix, as a first step, rice flour with water, and then when you're busy making chut in the tawa, meanwhile you come back for the mixture of water, tumlu oat, and masalas, and this mixture has gone down to the bottom of the container. You have to mix it in earlier. What I call it kichi shongan, tumlu oat shongan yagdam. So you have to stir it again. That's one of the problem areas for newcomers in preparation of this dish. That the tumlu oat water and masala mixture has to be woken up, nandri tulum, aksar. And so that before you go for another session of frying, another tumlu chut. So basically, this is what it is. And then second thing, the third thing is the mixture ratio of water and tumlu oat. Now, after a lot of efforts, I've come to this conclusion that for every 1 cup of tumlu oat, you have to put 1/7/8 of water. That is, it's more than 1.5 times. This is a very important thing because if you put the wrong amount of water, you can go wrong with the quality of tumlu chut. So in this glass bowl, I have put 1 cup of tumlu oat and 1/7/8 cups of water. So 1/7/8 is more than 1.5, but less than 2. So this is one of the critical things about the recipe of this snack. And then you put in half a spoon of salt, and you put some cumin seed, about 1 teaspoon, and you put ground chili powder, about half a teaspoon. And then you mix it. Use a large spoon, a serving spoon, not even a dinner spoon, but a large spoon, which is a serving spoon for mixing. And also the same spoon is to be used for pouring this mixture onto tawa. So here I'm mixing the rice flour, water, extremely important measurements, how much rice flour, how much water, very critical measurement. And then, of course, the masalas, which consists of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of, or maybe 1 teaspoon of cumin seed. And you can, of course, have different amounts of masalas to suit your taste. So now you mix it in this bowl quite a bit. uh, a thorough mixing of this is required. Meanwhile, you prepare the tawa, put oil on it, and get it to a very hot point. Now, I have put the tawa on, I put some oil on it. I use canola oil, but any oil can be put. And you have to see, don't put too much oil. If you put too much oil, it's going to be difficult for the right chut to be cooked. So I have just put a couple of tablespoons of, 3 tablespoons of oil, and it's getting heated up. Only when it gets heated up, then you pour the mixture of tumble water and masalas onto this tawa. Now this oil has become quite hot. You can check it by getting your hand close to it. See, unlike in a mustard oil, the traditional oil of Kashmir, which can start smelling when it becomes very hot, but canola oil does not. So you have to make sure that the oil is hot, but make sure that you don't create an accident. Because if you heat the hot oil too much, it can become a flame, and things will can become out of control. So if when after pouring the oil you find some parts of tawa are bare, you have to turn the tawa side by side to make sure that the oil is completely covering the surface, the horizontal surface of the tawa. Now, looking at the mixture you have previously mixed in the bowl, you have to wake it up again. As I say, the tumlu o chushangan, ishasan yandritulun, time and again, whenever you're ready to pour it onto tawa. So again, I have to wake it up. Nyandrichutulun. So you mix it up again, and using this big chamcha, the serving spoon, big one, it is deliberately chosen to be that way because it helps in not only mixing but also pouring it on tawa. So you pick up one and go to the center of tawa and put it and go on going round, just like you make a jalebi. And if you see the holes there in Chut, you fill them up. So you're filling up the gap, and your aim is to get a round Chut. It doesn't have to be necessarily round. Any good size will do. So this making of Chut on tawa is the most critical part of Chut. And you want to make sure you do it right. This is where many of the newcomers fail. So now we have a round Chut, and we are going to heat it for a while because again the conductivity of tumlu oat is very bad. You will see parts of it have become hot. The parts of tumlu Chut are not hot. That means the conductivity of tumlu oat is very poor. You can see that, and you have to manipulate to make sure that finally the entire Chut has been properly heated. And you can see that by the dryness of certain spots in Chut. And you can find the other spots which are cooked. It's quite evident by making observation which ones are not yet properly heated and which ones are. So this has to go on for several minutes because getting this properly fried is very important. And unfortunately, tumlu oat is our enemy one here. It does not allow a quick and proper heating up all across the Chut because of its poor conductivity. While Chut is being cooked, I prepare a plate here on the side of tawa where the Chut will be kept after I take it out from the tawa. I use a paper towel to absorb excess oil. Now, one doesn't have to do that. One can directly put it on a plate. Uh, but this is my one of the small things I'm doing is try to keep excessive oil off. So looking at Chut again, as you can see now, it's getting to the shape. You can see some white spots. These are the spots of tumlo where the oil, the heat has not gone in there. These are islands of islands which are not cooperative, but we have to get them into full cooperation. So now you check to see whether Chut has become properly cooked. So you try it in one corner and you can see that it picks up easily. So that means it is almost there, it's at 90% point. And now you do not double up a Chut. Unlike a paratha, you don't do that. You have to cook it on one side only. So by my experience know that it has to be done a little bit more for it to come out right. And I can see the other side, the back side of Chut has come out good, but the front side is still needing to be cooked a little bit more. So you can see now we are almost at 100% of cooking. So it takes about 10, 12 or more minutes or even 15 in the karai for a big size chut like the one I have prepared to get fully done, to get fully fried. It has to be karara. And also I forgot one point is when you pour the chut masala, the water and tumlo mixture onto tawa, hot tawa, it makes the sound sir. And that is why I believe it's called Chut. And you have to, that's a checkpoint for a cook. He should hear sir in the center of the stove. And then pour it by that big chamach, serving spoon, round and round in a fashion of making a jalebi. Like a halwai in a jalebi shop goes on turning that piece of cloth which contains the mixture of jalebi, and he goes round. In the same fashion, you go in circles to make the chut. Now the chut is done completely. You can see that. Of course, in the picking process, it didn't come out fully circular, but that doesn't matter. Chut is not known for its grace, but it's known for its taste. And let me try a little bit of it, cut a little piece and see what the results are like. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. It is one of the most delicious snacks of Kashmir. The only other one to rival it is, in my mind, the Nadir churmas. So Nadir churmas and chut are the most delicious snacks that I know of, and it has come out very good. Chut has come out very good, and there's no reason why anyone cannot make them good again and again and again. Just follow the right mixture of water with tumlo oat, and then heat the oil pretty well without creating a fire. Then pour this mixture, again wake it up by mixing it with a serving spoon in the center, and in a jalebi fashion go round and round and wait, be very patient. It's all done. And finally, do not overlap it, but pull it out of the tawa as one circular piece. Wish you good luck.